Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Go Up,
where we explore the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
I'm Dean.
I'm Karitas.
Karitas. Today we're going to talk Gospel of Thomas, Part
3 for all you who don't speak German.
It's not German, is it? Wrong language.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Okay. All right, everyone. Here we are again. We're back.
Yeah. So Thomas.
Yes, he just keeps on giving.
And he's not even saying anything. It's all just Jesus.
That's right.
Like everything.
Jesus is so epic, we had to give him the mic drop last week.
He deserved it.
He sure did.
Like we can't even scratch the surface of the awesomeness of his sayings.
But there is something else awesome that we want to mention. That's our website.
Oh, yes. Letsgoup.us.
Because we're in this together. Nice.
How we did that together.
Yes. We'd like to welcome all of our listening and watching guests. If you're joining us on GAN, if you're joining us on YouTube or any other podcast streaming platform, and we'd also like to say, if you enjoy this episode, consider hitting like, share, subscribe, because it really helps. And also, if you want to be notified, hit the notification bell. Greatest, we're going to finish it off today.
Maybe. We're only halfway through, are we not?
We're at number 70. I think we can do this. We're going to focus today.
Yeah, we're almost done.
We keep getting distracted.
I know. And we've been skipping a lot of them. We're leaving the mystery for you guys to discover.
That's right.
Okay, why don't we jump right in?
All right.
Saying 70.
Saying number 70.
Jesus said, if you give birth, so Dean, are you ready to give birth?
Sure.
If you give birth to what's within you, what you have within you will save you.
Okay.
What you don't have within you will kill you. I wonder if you got a lot of blank stares on some of these. Yeah. Thomas is like, I'm just going to write that down. No explanation.
I've experienced this one in the realm of healing, because having the promises of God deep down within you when you don't need them is the key to them being available when you do need them, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm feeling a sickness coming on and I'm panicking, going through my Bible saying, by his stripes I'm healed, by his stripes I'm healed, by his stripes I'm healed, there's really nothing there. There's nothing in the reservoir. And what you don't have.
You're like a sick person trying to be well.
That's right. Rather than a well person being well.
Yeah. So you're a sick person fighting for wholeness and wellness instead of the whole person fighting off the sickness. Goodbye, sickness.
That's
I'm
right.
already whole. Just being health.
Oftentimes, if you're trying to find it and you don't have it, it's going to be too late to try to find it. That's why it says in the scriptures that there is a time for seeking.
You know, and it makes sense to seek before you need.
Yes.
Not just out of desperation and need and self-focus. And so if we just seek him and the fullness available in him, and we make sure that reservoir is just full, even when we're fine, then if something happens or if someone comes to us in this need, we already have the solution. We already have the answer and the fullness within us. That makes sense.
It made perfect sense. And it's also the key to being able to minister to people out of the fullness that's in you.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to pull something up out of the bottom when there's nothing there. So that's why this saying is profound to me in many ways.
It reminds me of in the Bible when he's talking about training, like for a specific sport or athletic thing. You're not needing to perform or do the sport right at that moment, but you're training for when you do, and you're strengthening your muscles for when that time comes or if that time comes. And that's just a metaphor.
Yeah.
The physical that he's using. But here we see that whole multidimensional being, if what's within us is full, it can save us or will save us.
Yeah. Greatest, if we don't focus today, we're going to have a part 4.
Moving on. Okay. 75. Jesus said, many are waiting at the door, but those who are won will enter the bridal chamber.
So there's the parable about the 10 virgins, right? There are a lot of people at the door, but the ones with the oil of union, they're the ones that got let in, right?
Yes.
Sometimes there's a delay as well, because it says that the bridegroom was delayed. So it's very important to wait with oil. And union in the scriptures is referred to as oil.
The only way into the bridal chamber. It kind of goes in line with the verse before that we had just read. So if you don't have
Yes.
that within you, what you don't have within you will kill you. So these virgins went off to get the oil, to get the union, but he was already at the door. Those who are one, who have the oil, will enter.
Yeah.
Right when he's there. Wow.
All right. Moving on.
Jesus nailing it. Okay.
Yeah. He's doing mic drop after mic drop again.
Classic.
Number 77. Jesus said, I am the light that's over all. I am the all. The all has come from me and unfolds towards me. Split a log, I'm there. Lift a stone, and you'll find me there. Okay, I really like this one because we've talked a lot here on Let's Go Up about how God has embedded himself in the fiber of everything that exists, of matter. And we've talked a lot about the quantum level. And I sort of see that in this little saying here. I am light. And so there's photons in absolutely everything. I am in everything. The all has come from me. It unfolds towards me. Split a log, I'm there. Lift a stone and you'll find me there. I mean, God has embedded himself at the most basic point of every bit of matter that exists.
Yeah. So we don't have to go to a particular building to find God, a particular environment that's extra spiritual feeling. He's everywhere.
Yeah. So Jesus says, I am the light and I am the all. It says he has preeminence in everything. It says all things were made by him, for him, through him, to him, unto him are all things. You can't go anywhere. Where can I hide from you? Go to the very end of the earth. Go to the deepest part of the ocean. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. And like you said, the smallest of the small, I'm there. And the biggest of the big.
Yeah. The mystical and cosmic side of Christ.
Yes. And there we have the mystical and cosmic side of him.
Yeah.
He is everywhere.
Discoverable all throughout creation.
In fact, it's so evidently, you like that?
That's nice. Smooth.
Use two of the same words in one sentence.
Good for you.
That we will be without excuse because creation screams,
Yeah.
I am here.
Yeah. He's right there. That divine spark, that light he's talking about in all, around all, logs, rocks.
It's all the proof we need.
Yeah. Wow. He's discoverable in everything.
Yeah.
No excuse. He's everywhere. I think people who don't even know the Lord, like there's some people, I remember camping once and this man camping beside us who had heard us worshiping, who's some music producer guy in Vancouver. He heard my husband plays music and writes some songs, but he was very spiritual and he was talking about how he sees light coming off of plants, just feels spiritual presence whenever he's out in nature. And he was going on. And I didn't understand what he was saying then, but I'm realizing now he was seeing the divine spark. He just didn't know. He was seeking. He had looked into all sorts of religions. He had traveled around the world to go to temples and different types of religious groups or gatherings, trying to find the answers. Right? He was so in tune, but he hadn't found it yet. And lo and behold, there we are camping right beside him. This is a thing about not being afraid of people or things that are different or outside of Christianity per se, and just seeing them as people who don't see yet or don't know yet and seeing their heart. And he had a heart of seeking. I just see this scripture when he's talking about the divine spark in all creation.
Yeah.
Some people see it and they just need a little guidance maybe or an encouragement into pursuing the Lord more. Don't need to go to the temple in India or wherever.
Yeah.
But you're close.
Okay, Karitas, we're going to move on here.
Okay,
This one is yours, number 82.
Jesus said, whoever is near me is near the fire, and whoever is far from me is far from the kingdom.
I love how he says, whoever is near me is near the fire.
Yeah.
That's so descriptive.
Yeah.
It really tells the whole story. He is a consuming fire. The glory of God burns.
He's not afraid of the fire because he is the fire.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And we can't be afraid of fire either. Sometimes the fire hurts, actually. The glory of God is a very healing light. And when you spend a lot of time close to Jesus, you learn the presence and you learn what the glory feels like. You learn that burning and you know when your heart is burning, right?
Mm-hmm. It's funny that even physically you feel a heat.
Yeah.
Laying your hands on someone or you're having a moment, you just have this transfer of heat energy.
Yeah. And there's been times that I've been in the presence of God and my whole body is heated up. That fire just burns.
Is this where the fire tunnel idea came from? Tell me about fire tunnels. So. People stand in a row.
Yeah.
Is this right? With their arms up like a tunnel? And people run through this.
Have you ever been in one?
I've never been
You've never done fire tunnel.
I've heard about fire tunnels.
You've heard about them. Okay.
See, I didn't really grow up in church, right? We had stopped going when I was a child.
Someday we have to get you into fire tunnel.
I've been immune from the fire tunnel thing.
It's just a bunch of people in 2 rows and you walk in between them and they pray over you as you walk.
Does it burn?
Sometimes.
Okay, so.
Karitas, we're moving on. Saying number 84, Jesus said, when you see your likeness, you rejoice. So I think he's talking about looking in the mirror and saying, hey, alrighty. But when you see your images that came into being before you did, and here I think he's probably talking about your spirit being, which don't die, because your spirit doesn't die, and they aren't revealed, because you can't see them physically, how much you'll have to bear. He's talking about seeing into the spirit world and seeing the true you.
Yeah, the divine image in you.
Yes.
We were talking about being made in the image and likeness of our Father. Seeing that true self, that divine image, what he's seeing when he sees you. Yeah. And then you'll start to see that in other people. And that's where, full circle, you can be around any kind of person and be okay and unoffended and unfazed by whatever they're doing or saying, just like Jesus was, because you see that divine image in them. Whether or not they're walking it out or seeing it themselves, you see it.
I think most people, if they would see that, it would really freak them out. That's why he said here, you'll have a lot to bear if you see that.
Yeah.
But really, it's talking about seeing what God sees in you and seeing the true creation that he made you to be. Then we can rejoice in that image as much as we can rejoice when we look in the mirror, if we rejoice when we look in the mirror.
If you rejoice. I think maybe at the beginning, people might not, because that shock of seeing maybe everything you once thought was true or was you, and everything you'd built your life on and decisions on and identity on was all a lie. That would be very shocking.
It would be.
That you were deceived. Because the thing about deception, you don't know you're deceived. That's the whole thing about being deceived. But hopefully people don't stay there. Move on. Die to it. Bury it. Don't go back to that grave. Flush it down the toilet. Whatever you need to do. Just watch it go down and
visit the grave with flowers.
Don't bring flowers to that grave. Dead and gone. And now move forward into Revelation life.
Shall we just stop for a moment and remind our listeners who they are? I think we should. So I'm just going to speak from the spirit side of it. And Karitas, I want you to speak to the identity part of it. All right. So your spirit is an amazing composition. It is made out of light. You are light. You were created in the image of the Father. Do you know what that means? That means that you shine with such a brightness. You shine with a spectrum of colors. If you could see what your spirit looked like, that which was created by God before your body even came into being, you would be absolutely amazed at what you look like.
Yeah.
If you could actually look into the spirit being right now and see, you're this beam of light, you are intersecting with heaven, and everywhere you go, you are radiating the glory of God. So just think about that for a moment, and now Karitas.
Wow. Flabbergasted, or gasted by the flabber.
And now the identity part of it.
Wow, yeah. The identity part of it, it's the simple beauty of it. Just that place in family, that sonship, that bride, that belonging in that union, where you always came from that place, regardless of what anyone had ever told you, how anyone had ever treated you or labeled you as. That's who you are. You are in the union with the divine. You are his child. You are the bride of Christ. You are beloved. You don't need to earn or deserve anything, just like that babe in the mother's arm. You're just cherished. You're this pearl of divine value and worth, this crown in the Father's hand that's just irreplaceable. Jesus would turn up the whole room looking for that one coin. And that's us. That's our identity. He never let go of us, and he never stops seeking us and desiring us. And we belong. And it's simple. I think we can overcomplicate it. Ask these questions about sanctification or baptisms or rites. And he's like, that's all just the elementary truths. You're belonging in this family as my child. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to earn your way into this place.
Solid.
It's just who you are. Rest in it. If there's any angst in your walk with the Lord, that's actually not the path. There's no angst. It's just rest. It should be easier than you ever thought. I think we think this is too easy. No, It should be the most restful, easy, chill ox place. We talk about Jesus as the chill ox. This is for another episode. Your yoke is easy. Your burden is light. We are yoked to the chill ox. And we need to normalize that because it's a pretty enjoyable yoking.
So good.
Okay, I kept going. I went too long.
On the subject of the chill ox, this is perfect because the next one is talking about the yoke.
Okay.
Right? This is saying number 90. And I just love this because it just puts a tiny bit of a different light on something that Jesus said. Come unto me, for my yoke is comfortable and natural, and my lordship is gentle, and you will find rest for yourselves. So that's just a beautiful way of rephrasing this familiar saying. Exactly what you were just referencing. The chill ox.
He's comfortable and natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. No striving, no angst, no effort, no pleasing, no trying to please God or please people, just abiding and resting. Right. Yeah. You've already been washed clean and purified and sanctified. He's already done away with all the stuff we're trying to do away with.
I love this. My lordship is gentle. Okay. So I used to think that Jesus being Lord over my life was like this hammer. I need to submit to his lordship. And we do, but here it says his lordship is gentle. That's such a refreshing perspective to me.
It's not doing away with the term lordship. It's recognizing what it even is.
That's right. Wow. Okay, bam. That's bam worthy.
Bam!
Bam. Okay.
I love it.
All right, moving on. Number 91.
And they said to him, tell us who you are so that we may trust you. And he said to them, you read the face of the sky and the earth, but you don't know the one right in front of you. And you don't know how to read the present moment. Awkward.
Tell us who you are so that we may trust you. And he's like, you don't know who's in front of you.
Yeah, like basically he had said this in the Gospels too. Sailors, you can look at the sky and you can tell what the weather's going to be like, right? Red sky at night, sailor's delight, that kind of stuff. But I'm literally standing right in front of you and you're unable to interpret the present moment. I feel like nowadays especially, that's such an important one, being in the present moment with the Lord.
I was just going to say that's what stood out to me. He said, you don't know how to read the present moment. We don't realize how Jesus is in the now. It says that he was, he is, and he is to come. But right here, right now, he is. He always said, I am. When God said, I am to Moses, he was speaking about the now, the present. So when the disciples said, tell us who you are so that we may trust you, they're kind of trying to catapult things into the future. But Jesus is saying, trust is in the moment, trust is in the now. Read the present moment. I am here, I am. And it's in the moment, it's in the present that we trust. Right?
And you look kind of crazy when you live in that place because people are so geared to future planning and wisdom being tied into that. We get that a lot, okay? So our son has really severe disabilities. And so we get a lot, what are you going to do when he's 20 or when he's an adult? And it comes from a fear-based place. And, you know, they care and they're worried, but the root of it is fear and the root of it is the future. The Lord has really brought us into the present with him. So even from a young age, we'd be asked that question, what are you going to do when he's a teenager? Well, he's a teenager. We would just reply, the Lord is with us in this time. Everything we need, he provides for us. And we trust him and we believe in him and we believe everything he says.
And whatever the moment is, he's there with us.
Yeah, and every moment he's been with us. And so now we're fast forward into the future and we're in the fearful teen years that everyone was so afraid of. And now people are asking us the same question, but it's pushed forward again into adulthood. What are you going to do when he's an adult? What are you going to do when you're older? And it's this fear-based future focus, not present focused, peace-based. The Lord is with us and he's always been with us. And right now we're walking in the light with him. We're more concerned with loving those around us well than we are with what the next 10 years is going to look like in our own personal life, because everything's to bring him glory. So far, we've been able to walk with him in the light, grow in union and fellowship with him, get to know who he is more and more over these years, do everything for his glory. We're here for this split moment in time. Why am I going to waste this breath worrying about something that may or may never happen? Even though I did hear a funny joke, worrying does work because everything I've worried about hasn't happened. But anyways, stay in the present. The
Yeah.
Lord is in the now and the present. And he says, look, I take care of these birds fluttering in the air. Why do you not think I take care of you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of it too is realizing it's not about me.
That's very true.
My world doesn't revolve around me and my circumstances.
It's not about us.
Yeah, it's about him. And so that
So
was
good.
a bit of a rant, but a good rant.
Yeah.
So don't ask me if I'm worried about the next 10 years. I'm thinking next 10 seconds.
Okay, Karitas, we are at number 100. We're getting there.
Because how many were there? 140 or
114.
114? Okay, we're close. All right, 100.
So this one is just mirroring saying that Jesus said in the gospel. So they showed Jesus a gold coin and said to him, those who belong to Caesar demand tribute from us. So Jesus said to them, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, give to God what belongs to God, and give to me what belongs to me.
Oh.
So I love how he just adds that little phrase in there, that little last one.
Yes.
Give to me what belongs to me. And this next one is similar. Number 102.
Okay, Jesus said, how awful for the Pharisees who are like a dog sleeping in a feeding trough for cattle, because the dog doesn't eat and doesn't let the cattle eat either. Wow.
So I can just see the dog sitting in the feeding trough, and every time a cow comes up to try to eat, he barks at it and drives it away.
Yeah.
But yet he's not going to eat the straw.
I could see why the Pharisees weren't a huge fan. He wasn't saying that out of hate. He just saw clearly what happens with religion.
You're right. It's about religion. Religion doesn't let people come to the kingdom, but yet it won't enter that same place itself. Because it's threatening to religion when we become one with the Trinity, because then religion loses power. Anyhow, moving on.
So moving on, 108, Jesus said, whoever drinks from my mouth. Just going to pause there and say, are you drinking from his mouth? How did they do things back then? Okay. He would be like, Dean, Karitas, be quiet and just listen. I'm trying to give you an epic parable here. Jesus said, whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me, and I myself will become like them. Then what's hidden will be revealed to them.
So Jesus is speaking as the living word, and it's obviously talking about his voice being like the sound of many waters. So the living word is coming out of his mouth. Jesus did say, those who don't eat me and drink me will have no part of me. There he's talking about eating his flesh and drinking his blood. So here we're drinking the water.
Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
That's right. It gives a whole new meaning to mouth resuscitation.
Wow. Well, when you think about the breath, the ruah, the life source, it starts to make sense. It starts to sound less weird.
Whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me, and I will become like them. And what is hidden will be revealed to them. So here's the revealing of Mysterion.
Ooh.
Yes.
And is drinking from his mouth is it receiving the Spirit?
Yeah, it's receiving the Spirit. It's receiving living words. All right. Karitas, number 109. I like this one.
Okay.
The kingdom can be compared to someone who had a treasure hidden in their field. So we've heard that before.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
They did not know about it. After they died, they left it to their son. Their son didn't know about it either. He took the field and sold it.
Yeah, way too much to mow. I just don't have time for that.
Yeah. The buyer plowed the field, found the treasure, and then began to loan money at interest to whomever he wanted. So the moral of the story is plow your field.
You can literally possess the treasure and be completely ignorant and unaware of it.
We have been given access to an inheritance that is mind-blowing,
There you go.
huge, bigger than we will ever know. And we don't know it because we don't plow the field.
Yeah.
We don't know it's there. We can pass the field on. We can pass our faith on to the next generation. Then some random person comes in from the outside and works the soil, plows the field, and they find the treasure. It was there all along.
And they weren't even looking for it.
They weren't even looking for it. And that's the thing about it. When we see somebody come in from the outside, somebody that's new to the faith, and all of a sudden they've discovered something, and we're like sitting there like the elder brother. I've been to church for the last 20 years.
All I did for you.
Yeah. But you know what? It's just because you didn't plow the field. So we all have the treasure.
Yeah, it's that whole treasure within, right?
Yeah.
The person who originally had this field saw no worth in it and looked elsewhere. Splendid.
Yes, splendid. All right.
Splendid. Okay, so 111. Jesus said, the heavens and the earth will roll up in front of you, And whoever lives from the living one won't see death.
So we started with life and immortality in this book of Thomas.
Yep.
And here we are kind of at the end, and we are ending with it. What does it mean to live from the living one? It reminds me of Jesus just before he raised Lazarus from the dead when he said, if you believe, even if you die, you'll live. And then he says, if you live and believe, then you won't even die. There is this promise of life and immortality. And here in this saying, it comes from those living from the living one. You know, there's going to be a day when the mystery of life and immortality is unlocked. And I think it's going to be a lot simpler than we thought it was. I think we make such an agreement with death. Our culture has made an agreement with death.
We bring people in to the church with that. Well, if you die tomorrow, do you know where you're going? Like,
funny thing about it is I was just out in Eastern Canada. They have dozens and dozens of chapel-like churches beside the road with cemeteries all around them. So here you have people going to church, walking through an alley of death to get into the sanctuary. If that's not a contract with death, I don't know what is. How could you even have a chance at moving into life and immortality or even freedom from sickness and death if you look at it every time you go to church? I don't know. What have we done?
Well, Dean, shall we close with a reading from the Bible? 2 Timothy 1 verse 10. Therefore, do not be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me, his prisoner, but share with me in the sufferings for the gospel according to the power of God, who has saved us and has called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before time began.
Right.
But has now been revealed by the appearing of our Savior Jesus Christ, who has abolished death and has brought forth life and immortality to light through the gospel, to which I was, and he keeps going.
All right.
I'll just end there.
Comma, gasp for breath.
Life and immortality. Jesus has abolished death and brought forth life and immortality to light through the gospel.
So in the end, the kingdom of heaven is all about the mystery and the union, and this gospel represents that so beautifully.
All throughout, from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And you see, even in the Bible, Jesus really cherished the few that saw that intimacy. You know, don't take this from her. She has discovered the one thing.
Yeah.
You know, he had this joy when he'd see the ones that saw.
Yeah. And so the Father has great joy in you. So have an awesome week, everyone. Next time, we're going to go into some of the other gospels that are in the Nag Hammadi scriptures.
Wild.
Wild.
See ya.
Bye.